Hello and welcome to another analysis behind the news. Hey, did you hear that we dropped the mother of all bombs last week in Afghanistan? Yeah, it was over 30 feet long, weighed nearly 12 tons, and was dropped via a cargo plane. It detonated 6 feet above the ground and vaporized anyone standing within a mile of it. It was used to help weaken the system of tunnels and caves that ISIS was using to target Afghan forces and U.S. military advisors. Now, at this point, perhaps you might feel like you're reading one of those multi-adventure books that says at the bottom of the page, turn to this page for a positive reaction to the bomb being dropped. And then, of course, the other one that says, and turn to another page for a negative reaction to the bomb being dropped. So how should we react? Should we act like those on Fox News by playing a country song by Toby Keith glorifying the deaths of nearly 100 people? Should we act like National Review that pointed to the fact that for years our military has had its hands tied when it comes to having the appropriate tools, the discretion, and has been crippled by rules of engagement in order to do its job? Or should we hold a protest like some groups in Minnesota did? So what does one do? For if you don't celebrate, then you're probably going to be labeled as not supporting the military. And if you do celebrate, well, what does that say about our culture that sees nothing wrong with sharing and glorifying war footage on social media? Or how about we have a much larger discussion that places a focus on American foreign policy? Let's not get mired in the weeds of disillusion, but let's take a step back and shoot for a 30,000-foot view of the situation. As the New American put it last week, conflict in the Middle East has been ongoing for more than a century. And radical Islamic terrorism in recent years is largely a result of interventionist foreign policies of Western nations attempting to reshape the Middle East. Veterans in all post-World War II wars have complained about not being allowed to win, that rules of engagement forbid them from actually winning. No country should want to go to war. It should be reluctant to do so, but it should have a solid foundation in why. Our foundation should be grounded in the protection of the American people. And government can easily be unconstitutionally grown out of a manufactured necessity for war. And why? Because it demands and consumes more than just what is allocated. Trillions have gone into making the American military what it is today, which arguably is the finest fighting force in the world. But at how the federal government has treated our troops, as in multiple wars and multiple tours of duty, what costs are we asking our troops to bear? Recent statistics have shown that we have more soldiers dying by their own hand than in the field of combat. And what are the benefits to Americans? For if we are spending trillions that we do not have and asking our soldiers to serve beyond their breaking point, then the benefits must outweigh the risks, right? Unfortunately, you may be hard-pressed to find those benefits. Since World War II, the wars and conflicts that American troops have been involved in are usually part of a global force under some UN or affiliate group's resolution. Congress has not formally declared war on a country since World War II. This is in following the globalist agenda of looking to regional governments or related unaccountable bodies for guidance, instead of following our own founding documents for guidance and advice. Entangling alliances are what some of our founders called these. So, back to our main question. How should we react? Perhaps it would be best for us to heed the advice of Secretary of State John Quincy Adams in 1821, when he exclaimed that we as a nation not go overseas in search of monsters to destroy. Rather, be the example that we wish other countries to be. In other words, we should celebrate our strength and restraint instead of a battlefield accomplishment created by an unconstitutional act. The New American concludes with, a constitutional foreign policy of non-intervention, using the military only to defend our country against attack, and only going to war upon a declaration by the U.S. Congress, would be much better for our country. We wholeheartedly agree and ask you to do the same. Let's not place our troops in harm's way at the bidding of foreign entanglements, nor engage them beyond their breaking point, or ask them to abide by rules outside of our own. For then, our foreign policy will be made to stand on a stronger foundation than the shifting sands of global entanglements. Our military deserves much better than the treatment they've received for the last 70-some years. To learn more, subscribe to The New American magazine. Go to thenewamerican.com for more information. And be sure to like and share this video with family and friends. Sign up for our e-newsletters and subscribe to our social media channels. Until next time, we'll see you then.